The silences are definitely there, but it is up to us to ask the right questions of the silences, to make the silences speak, and ask why those silences are there, to do justice to these voices which have been wiped out from the archives. Hi, I'm Dr. Arunima Datta, an assistant professor at University of North Texas, and I focus on labor migration history, looking at women's history particularly within the context of British Empire. And my latest book is Waiting on Empire, a history of Indian traveling ayahs in Britain. So traveling ayahs were basically maidservants, nannies, caregivers that colonial families employed to support their travel between South Asia and Britain. And anywhere between 100 to 140 ayahs were coming into Britain between 1840 to 1920. As Dig Where You Stand has found, there are pictures all across different archives of these traveling ayahs. One of them is in the Sheffield Archive, and a traveling ayah painting from Page Hall. It shows the importance of the ayah in that household and the care she gives to the child. However, she's listed as a nameless ayah, and that has been a pretty much consistent way of recording traveling ayahs in archives, and it is an archival violence. It's how power is held in archives. I found a lot of records talking about ayahs being abandoned in Britain, and they need help. They are helpless, they're docile, they're on street. But they wiped out the fact that these ayahs were helping themselves. So for instance, we have this one wonderful ayah in the archives, Carolyn Pereira, who was bringing in pashmina shawls, chumkas, attar, to trade with her previous employers in Britain while she waited to go back home. And that, we can see, becomes an active phase of waiting, where she was capitalizing on an inevitable period of waiting in Britain, but she was selling to make profit from the objects she would bring in for her ex-employers. And then with the profit she made, she would buy English goods like cutleries, knives, and other things, and then take them back to India and sell them at a profit. So we get to see waiting as a zone of negotiation, as a zone busy with activities, and that is what the Waiting on Empire book that I did looks at, to bring out those hidden agencies that the colonial discourses have disallowed these ayahs for long. The way power enters archives is only to document, to prove points that colonial discourses want to prove, not to document the voices of the everyday people, of the violences that the colonialism was doing, the empire was doing towards these bodies. So their voices, the voices of the marginalized, is usually wiped out. Their identities are wiped out. So we need programs like Dig Where You Stand to bring out those remaining voices and see how the silences can be put into conversation with the presence, to kind of have a dialogue and bring out whatever we can and question the colonial discourses, question the silences.